This time on Kawaii-Fi Radio, it's our annual Valentine's Day episode, and we're asking the big questions.
If you're under 18, return to the caves that you crave.
Okay, stop.
The children, they long for the mines.
Well, they are minors.
Yeah.
How does parental guidance work?
We share some unusual anime pics.
If you don't want to commit to Ikki Tousen, this is like the next step down.
Step down in quality or...
No, step down in like intensity.
And we're talking about retro ecchi anime Ikki Tousen. It ran for 4 seasons and had over 20 OVAs.
I mean, I know how.
Hungura the Congolos.
Ava launch!
Tetsuo! Kaneda!
Oni-chan?
It's over 9,000! Nani?
Configure the language logic interface for Japanese.
Kawaii-Fi.
Kawaii-Fi.
Kawaii-Fi Radio!
Konnichiwa, what's up? And welcome to Kawaii-Fi Radio, the podcast we dive into the world of anime, manga, and Japanese otaku culture. Today we are sampling the Sangagariya Japanese green tea.
I think I've more than sampled it.
It's got 0 of everything except for sodium. It's water, green tea, and antioxidants.
Yeah, that's all there is on the ingredients list, which means it's good for dieting.
It's healthy, right? No, but anyway, welcome back. This is, I'm Kyle. With me is Aaron and Kenny.
Hello.
Tifa says she is dead, R.I.P.
Damn, bro.
Oh, did we get her choice for this episode?
No, but we're
dang.
only doing Ikki. So
Yeah. Ikki.
this episode
It's what Tifa would have wanted.
it's what she would have wanted.
We're doing this in her honor.
in respect of Tifa. For our
Tifa.
Valentine's Day episode, we are going to talk about an ecchi anime which is older than she is. No, not really. I'm kidding. Almost.
Freak out, man.
You're like, I'm so old. So
Yeah.
this means this is an 18 plus episode. So I do apologize if you're one of our underage listeners. This is not targeted at you.
Ask
while-
your mommy and daddy if you're allowed to listen to a thing about boobs.
So we will be, avoiding coarse language as we always do, but the content is recommended for parental guidance.
If you're under
Okay.
18, return to the caves that you crave.
Okay, stop.
The children, they long for the mines.
Well,
How
they are
does-
minors.
Yeah.
How does parental guidance work? So do they go to their parents and ask if they can listen to this?
I think it's more they sit there with their parents.
That's worse.
Well, I mean,
That's so much worse.
So, like PG films, you cannot go in as a child on your own. You must have a parent accompany you.
Okay.
Parental guidance, not parental acceptance.
Oh,
Yeah.
fair enough, yes.
So that way, when something happens that you don't understand, you be like, "Mommy, what's this?"
So,
What's a booby bombs?
so look, it's a Valentine's Day episode, and as we do each year, we are going to be talking about a, shall we say,
Not safe for work.
a not safe for work cultured anime. But it is not chicken formal wear. That content is exclusively for Patreon members only. And
How
on
is
that
this
note,
not chicken formal wear?
I mean, it's because you don't actually.
There's no
See,
stuff
it's
happening.
Yes. So we're talking
I
Ikki
didn't swear.
Tousen. Shush. This is a old show. Goes back to 2003. It's quite a it's quite a watch.
Time capsule.
It's a time capsule, absolutely. Now, before we do get to that, we do have other things we need to talk about. So if you are new to the podcast, welcome. Hello to all our regular listeners. Hope you're keeping well. If you're watching us on YouTube, hi, you can see our wonderful mugs. And if you enjoy what we're doing and want more, Patreon's there. Details in the description. So let's get stuck in, because we haven't done one this year, to what we've been watching.
I have no idea how old I am or where I came from.
Daddy! Ohio!
Hang time! I gotta go!
I have to know! Hooray! I did the thing!
Oni-chan, nani wo miru?
What we're watching.
Oh, you swine!
Aaron, what have you been watching the past fortnight?
Tenjo Tenge.
All right, well, this is Ikki Tousen adjacent, so fair enough.
It's so Ikki Tousen adjacent. No, legitimately, I get them confused in my head all the time. If you watch them both at the same time, like I did in high school, there's overlap.
What, like
man.
on 2 screens? That wasn't even a thing back in high school.
No, but like you watch one and you sort of watch another in the same time period.
Yeah, this is written by Oh Great, so of course.
Oh, dude, Oh Great's amazing. They also did
great.
Air Gear.
Yeah.
Air Gear's another one that's sort of actually, yeah, Air Gear's very.
Yeah, he also did. Oh well, his favorite manga as a childhood included Fist of the North Star. But
Chats,
yeah. That's the two big ones that they're known for. They've also created characters for Tekken 5 and Soul Calibur 4. Ooh, nice. Yeah, so there you
that
go.
also checks out.
Yeah.
I mean, look, with Tekken
Especially-
5, they had a lot of like other creators creating characters. Like Kishimoto created. No, not Kishimoto. Did Kishimoto create Lars? No, he redesigned Lars. That's right.
Yeah.
And I mean, Soul Calibur, you hit them enough, their clothes explode.
Yeah. Yep.
I played the wrong Soul Calibur.
Did you?
Yeah, well, this was a bonus character called Ashlotte that he designed for them. Tekken 5 designed Asuka Kazuma's third costume, the female Yakuza/Yakuza wife.
Kazuma.
Too many Kazumas.
Lily's third costume, the bride outfit for Tekken 6.
Yeah. Same
Ooh,
Kazuma.
nice.
Also did Burn Up W and Burn Up XS's one-shot manga adaptation. If you're not aware of those, yeah, they're kind of in the same category of what we're talking about today.
Well, I mean, Rumbling Roses is right up there as well. Rumble Roses?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there is this weird overlap of the idea of martial arts and ecchi that was really big in like 95 to 2010.
Yeah. And it was... You punch each other's clothes off.
Yeah.
Senran Kagura did the same thing.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. And this is in the
I just
same
think this
thing.
is an indicative of anime sort of thing.
Yeah.
Especially the gratuitous, like, angles.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Like,
then-
how low can you put that camera? Yeah. Stop.
Yeah.
Okay. You got a bit low there.
Well, I mean, Tenjo Tenge had this small, young-looking character that ended up being the most mature
Yeah.
character.
Yeah. That checks.
Yeah, there was a lot of tropes.
Yeah.
And, like...
Oh, there's going to be a lot of that today.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those shows that's just fun to switch your brain off and laugh at because
a
it's
lot
so
of shows for
ridiculous.
that.
But also, the opening song is such a banger. Bomberhead.
Oh, okay. I was aware of the show, but I never really got around to watching it much. So,
High school Aaron had a lot of spare time on his hands.
fair enough. I was at university at the time.
Yeah. Yeah,
being
fair.
old and all that. Yeah. So look, it's a show that's about mature.
If you don't
content.
want to commit to Ikki Tousen, this is like the next step down.
that checks out.
Wait,
Yeah.
step down in quality or
No, step down in like intensity because you know how Ikki's quite intense and it's fan service.
Yeah.
This is like down a notch or two because like the male characters are a lot more prolific and prominent. So they're like, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's still a lot of the same things like, oh no, you saw me naked, so now I have to marry you.
Yeah.
I thought it was, oh, you saw me naked, so I have to punch you.
No. Apparently in her clan, the first man who sees you naked has to marry you.
Huh. So this is Nagi.
Uh,
The plot begins with
They
Soichiro
have
Nagi
names?
and his childhood best friend Bob Makihara.
no, his name's Bob. He's also an African American fella.
Oh, okay. You can't see him because it's just the back of his head with the dreads.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. They intend to rule the school on their first day of high school at Todo Academy by beating up anyone who got in their way as they had done at their previous schools. They soon, however, learn that Todo is no ordinary high school, but rather a school that was founded to teach and integrate different fighting styles. Wow, this sounds awfully familiar, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Its students are skilled in various arts of combat, with some students possessing supernatural abilities such as pyrokinesis, precognition, and superhuman strength. Okay.
So
You
it's,
see what I mean by, like,
Charles
if you wa-
Xavier's Center for Gifted Youngsters.
Yeah, the fun thing as well is that this started before Ikki Tousen. So Ikki Tousen went, I want to make that, but worse.
I want to make that, but way
Hold
more
my beer.
basic.
Yeah, literally, like, wow.
Yeah.
Hold my Bud Light.
Oh no, what have you found?
No, I'm just remembering that. I've just killed a small animal. It's time for a light beer.
Cerveza Cristal.
Okay, so there's trivia for Ikki Tousen, which I found, which we'll get to. And
no.
Tenjo
There is?
Tenge also has trivia as well around the reception to it. So it was described by Chris Beveridge on, that's Beve Ridge, of Anime on DVD, which was a magazine, as an engaging mix of action and comedy together while wrapping it all up in a large plot that's fairly dark and really violent at times. Its creator, O'Great, is known to flavour his works with wanton sex and violence, and O'Great uses sex as an important aspect of every storyline by using it as a powerful motivator both positively and negatively. He often has his characters contemplate the significance and importance of fighting as well as the meaning of strength. And that was in Air Gear too, which, you know, makes sense. So yeah, like O'Great is known for his characters to have unrealistic body proportions, and Tenjo Tenge is no different.
I mean, look, it's no One Piece,
No.
but
No.
it's still like, okay, wow.
Yeah, I mean, Luffy sets unrealistic body expectations. I'll never be able to stretch me arms out.
Me arms. You're leaning into that pirate, matey.
The majority of female characters have, and I'm quoting directly here, and please recall, this is a mature episode of the podcast, ultra large breasts. And the male characters are extraordinarily muscular, facilitating the characters' personalities to come through their distinctive features. Right.
So I've got this new anime plot, right? This transfer student goes to a school.
Huge songus.
Hujabala-bingadungas.
What happens next?
Well,
New
it's-
transfer student comes in. She's got even bigger gongus.
Are those words we can use?
I know a guy who can do that all off by heart.
Oh my
God damn.
goodness,
Yeah.
of course you do.
So CMX at the time of publishing was the magazine involved in distribution of the manga by the sounds of it. They are they were an English language publication, an imprint owned by DC Comics. They handled the English translation and release. There was a whole heap of controversy out this because they went and made edits. They censored things. They included the length and breadth of the book, censoring out anything they thought was questionable.
So the whole thing.
Yeah. So they covered up or removed
about Japan in general.
They covered up or removed nudity, fan service, sexual innuendo, as well as a removal of an omake chapter. This kind of checks because they were targeting at a teen audience. Once again, this was Western production companies not realizing these products were aimed at a certain target audience and that they were not cartoons. So, you know, one of
You'd
this was
figure DC of all groups would understand that. They've like tried to be, we're so dark and brooding so often.
It gets better because this was done by a brand whose promotional material asserts that it offers pure manga 100% the way the original Japanese creator want you to see it. End quote. One of the grievances made against CMX is that the edits are not only severe but very noticeable. One review states that it is possible the most heavily censored title in the history of North America's manga industry. So there you go.
Take that for your fun facts.
Yeah. In response, protesters boycotted the edited version, even started up their own website. Immediately following the controversy, Jake Tarbox, the group editor of CMX, resigned. He was widely blamed by the fan community for the censoring, although inside sources suggest he was not actually responsible for the decision to censor it at all. In the face of the complaint, CMX had internal discussions about the possibility of publishing an unedited version, but decided to complete the current run they had. It was then transferred over to I just want to double check that I got this right. Viz Media acquired the rights in 2010, stating that their version would be 100% uncut and faithful to the original, and that ran from 2011 to 2013 in a bi-monthly 11 two-in-one volumes. So there you go. Yeah, so good on them. But there's been like a lot of stuff. At the 2007 Anime Expo, CMX announced that they plan to change the rating to mature, beginning volume 15, but one that would still be edited. Jason Thompson declared CMX's censorship of the series one of the greatest censorship fails in manga of all time. So there you go.
Fun.
There's a lot of interesting story here.
Bless you. You are excused.
I'm allergic to censorship.
Bad censorship.
Bad censorship. Okay, let's move on. So that's available in locations on the internet.
Yarr.
I do not believe it is currently available on any subscription services, to my knowledge.
I don't think so.
At least not here in
stretchy,
Australia.
yarr.
So there you go. I would like to talk about Sakamoto Days.
Okay.
Because it's Sakamoto Days.
It's Sakamoto Days. Oh my goodness.
You've seen the live action poster with
Oh, the one you just showed us?
yes,
I have not.
with Tom Holland and Zendaya.
Oh, that, right. Yeah, well, that's
and
horrible.
Adam Sandler.
No, that's never happening.
Yes, it will.
No.
You're more likely to get Seth Rogen instead.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, no, they couldn't do Seth Rogen because he wants to talk all the time.
Oh, yeah, true.
So, yeah.
And why would you want to listen to that?
No.
I mean, they could just do what they did with, what's his name in Blade and, like, CG.
No.
Wesley Snipes, when they had to CGI his eyes open because he refused to open them.
Really?
Yeah, that happened in Blade 3.
He refused to open his eyes.
Yeah, so they had to CGI open them.
Why did he refuse to open his eyes?
It was a
Because he
dramatic
didn't
bit.
believe.
Of some kind.
Well, so the pop culture belief is he didn't want to do it. He didn't believe his character would do it. But then they went and did some digging, and it's because the script originally said he did die on that table. And so that's why Wesley didn't open his eyes. It was only in post that they decided they wanted to keep going and do more with him. So then they did that without like reshooting the scene.
Oh, that's annoying. All right. Well, Sakamoto Days is
starring Adam Sandler.
is not starring Adam Sandler. And,
No, that's Hotel Transylvania.
yeah.
Not actually that bad.
Adam Sandler should only now appear in animated films, not Sakamoto Days.
No. He did an animated film recently that was terrible.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Christmas one.
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't recent. That was 2008.
It's recently resurfaced.
Oh, okay. Anyway, Sakamoto Days.
Sakamoto Day.
Sakamoto Days.
It's probably one of the best shonen manga in the past 5 years to come out. It's incredibly popular. It's about a hitman who retires. Hitmen can't generally retire. So he retires somehow and starts, falls in love, has a family, starts running a...
Combini.
Yeah, a convenience store, and gets fat. And then 5 years after his retirement, people start looking for him. And hilarity ensues. Yeah.
I've heard it described as alternate timeline John Wick.
Not quite, but it does have elements, yes.
Well, like retired hitman with a family.
Yeah. There's no dog, though.
Well, that's why it's alternate timeline. Instead of getting a dog, he had a kid and opened a Combini.
Okay, so old man Keanu Reeves playing Sakamoto.
Yes.
I could see it.
Yeah.
And then somebody
has to wear a fat suit, except for
Yeah.
those scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I could see somebody like them making an Easter egg where they slip and call him John one time. He's like, not in this lifetime.
Yeah, I could just see it. It's like instead of him going on a massive revenge spree because of the dog, it's just that people keep coming to him and he's just like so bloody irritated at their presence.
Or people keep coming to him and keep destroying the food he's trying to eat. That's kind of funny on a live action. But anyway, Sakamoto Days is on Crunchyroll at the moment. It's fantastic. You should definitely watch it. It's probably one of the big animes of this season. So if you weren't aware of it, do check it out.
Please.
It's comedy, action, martial arts. It's
We love it.
really goofy in like a good way. If you enjoyed Mashal, you'll really like this.
Oh, yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, very similar humor sense.
Yeah.
Ken, you've been watching...
I forget.
What is it? It's from bureaucrat to villainess. Dad's been reincarnated.
That's the one, yes.
Yes.
Amazing.
Tell us.
I keep forgetting what the title is. All I know is it's called Miss Dad.
Miss Dad.
Dad.
Yes, it's like your classic, oh no, I've been reincarnated into an Otome game and I'm the villainous. There's a few of those lately.
There's a lot of those.
It's a flavor of the month, of the year, of the coming next 10 years.
Decade.
And,
Hell yeah.
okay, yeah, this one has the, bonus of it being just this otherwise sensible kind of old gentleman who's been reincarnated as the villainess.
52-year-old salaryman.
Of course, happily he is a nerd and had a nerdy family, and so he knows all the he is down with the kids and the lingo, no cap.
Hey!
I think only because he taught me like within the last 10 minutes.
Oh,
He'll forget
God.
it between now and the next episode.
I'm going to be reincarnated as the villainess, aren't I?
Maybe.
And like he's trying to put on the role of the villainess character, but keeps failing and is instead just being everyone's supportive dad.
Now, if you've watched Spy X Family, you might enjoy the fact that his cheat skill is called elegance boost. So any physical action he does as Grace turns out elegantly. So he would bow as he would as like a salaryman, but he will curtsy professionally. It's like 10 out of 10.
And yeah, I think we talked about this in the pre-show. I wonder if this is teaching the young women of Japan some interesting, strange kind of like dating tips. That in order to win the man, you must act the daddy.
I don't think that's what they're trying to teach.
I think it is.
Yes.
You need to be assertive.
I mean, look, yes. That's probably a lesson.
Ladies, become daddy, get man somehow.
Isn't
I
it
don't
become mummy?
No.
The time of the mummy is over. The time of the daddy has begun.
Yeah, look, we've been there. We did Lady Dimitrescu. Now we're moving on.
Did you know she had more polygon counts on one side of her ass than all of Resident Evil 1 had polygons?
Yep.
Oh, I thought you were going to say then the other side, and I was going to be like,
It's like, that's an odd fact.
why? Which side? What was the artistic decision here?
One side had
What
a tattoo.
was the director trying to tell us?
What was the author's thoughts around this character?
The tattoo is just
We're doing
Markiplier.
year 11 English high
Yes.
school work. We're doing an essay.
Why
Let's
is the door
go.
red? Why does she have that ass?
Why was the door blue? It was a metaphor for the depression of the author. No, he just liked blue. Have you
He
seen
thought
his
a blue
house?
door was cool.
He liked Doctor Who. That was all.
I mean, that could be it as well.
I mean, that would also be a point that the teacher's trying to make.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not
Yeah.
wrong. But either way, look,
English teachers.
this is another one this season that is worth checking out. That it's a really good laugh.
It's dopey, but it's fun.
Yeah. We do have another one to mention in passing because this is like, in my opinion, the sleeper original anime of the season, and that's Zenshu.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, like we were talking about this last year about being quite excited to see what they do with it. It has been very fun. It hasn't quite gone the way we thought it would go. It's definitely in the isekai territories now, but it's really beautifully animated, and considering it has been done as an original anime by Mappa, and I don't think they've done original anime for over 10 years now. So everything else has been adaptations because they've had such a back catalogue of stuff that they've been signed up to do.
I do wonder in the direction they're taking it, because the main character's whole thing is that she will animate something into existence to fight off the bad guys. And afterwards, she'll go unconscious for however long it would have taken her to make that animation. So I wonder if this is going to be like a take on the plight of the in-industry animators and how long and how exhausting it is to do their job.
I mean, it is very aware of it, and I do wonder if part of the reason this anime has been made is because of the issues
conditions.
Mappa has had. We understand. And it's like, we'll see. We'll see.
You understand, but what are you doing about it?
Yeah. So, the
More muffins in the break room.
politics. Pizza party! Hey!
I got hit with that last year.
You also just got hit with that in stereo.
It's like, you and I have been sharing the one brain cell for like a couple of weeks now.
It's because of the proximity.
Yeah, right. But look,
jealous.
Zenshu, Sakamoto Day, Dad's been reincarnated. All of these are on Crunchyroll at the moment to watch, so go check them out. They're all very good. There are more shows we will talk about in upcoming episodes, but these are beautiful shows worth watching.
Yes, definitely my choice as well.
What was it called?
Tenjo Tenge.
Tenjo Tenge. If you want some controversy, there you go.
Spicy ladies.
Ask Mommy and Daddy if you can watch that one.
Yeah. Now,
No, it's not what? Ask them. It's sit with mommy and daddy.
Jesus.
Well,
Now-
it's mature audiences, which is above PG.
yeah, you have to.
Well, that means they can say at least one swear word.
Kawaii-Fi Radio. Oh, it's so bad.
It's so good.
So 80s.
Nani?
Retro classics.
I have a squeaky chair.
Yes. So, let's talk about boobs.
Let's talk about, what was it?
Booby bombs.
Booby bombs.
Booby bombs.
Hubba-bla-bongas.
Conqueror of the Congadors.
Don Hockaburrows.
The Big Four.
Ton Honkery Cougars.
Big four boobs.
No, the Big Four is actually a name in the anime we're talking about. We're talking about Ikki Tousen, which was released in 2003. It ran for 4 seasons and had over 20 OVAs.
How? I mean, I know how,
Fan
but
service.
how?
It was animated by JC Staff, originates from a manga.
And it was written by a fanfic author.
Yes.
I'm convinced.
Action,
Yeah.
ecchi, martial arts, seinen. So they knew the target audience was 18 plus, which is good. Wasn't released in a seinen manga, but you know, target audience is seinen.
Made very available.
Yep. It had a 3-part OVA reboot in 2022.
Jesus, really?
Yep. So it was just
Why?
3 short
Battle
episodes.
Vixens.
Yeah. Also
Okay.
known as Shin Ikki Tousen. I don't know why it just suddenly ended after 3 episodes. I wonder if it was maybe crowdfunded or something. But yeah, so this is a very, very weird series.
It's a product of its time, but even then it was just lame.
Look, you're not wrong.
Look, the writing for it is terrible.
High school Aaron enjoyed it.
High school Kyle enjoyed it for obvious reasons.
High school Kenny lived in the bloody boonies and didn't get the internet.
Yeah, fair. Okay.
High
so
school
look,
Kenny lived in the boonies and came to the starter town.
Yes.
Boondock.
Wait, is-
Saints.
Is Perth the starter town?
No, Bunbury.
No. Perth's the sleepy town. And then it gets sleepier. Once you get down that way, it's just
My brain has just kind of went like.
What are we talking about anymore?
Well, we're talking
Where am
talking
I?
about towns in Pokemon. Which town would Perth be out of the run of 8? Where would how far in the gym challenge would you be? I'd say gym 3.
yeah. I think South Australia would be the starter town.
No, I would say Northern Territory
South
Really?
Australia is
because
the
it's
expansion no
lesser
one wanted.
populated. No, that's Tasmania.
Oh, yes.
Because it's offshore, you can't get to it at the beginning of the game because you
Yeah,
haven't got
that's
surf.
definitely Cinnabar.
So, or New Zealand,
No, that's Johto. We're in Kanto.
Oh, yeah. On that note, so, Ikki Tousen, in the Kanto region, I'm not even kidding, 7 high schools fight to the death for absolute power.
Why?
Because
Each fighter is the reincarnation of a glorious warrior from the 3 Kingdoms period of China. Why are they in Japan? Nobody knows. Placing them in a perilous endeavor to overcome their often cruel destinies. Among them is the wonderful airhead Sonsaku Hakufu.
Wait, they had names?
Yeah.
Isn't Hakufu the girl?
Oh, yes, you're right. I don't know why they haven't actually put any...
Because I was like, hang on, I remember
There
that
are
being the written one.
Someone has managed to remove all pronouns from this sentence. Among them is the airheaded Harufa Sonsaku, a student at Nanyo Academy who, despite possessing brilliant martial arts abilities, is deemed to be killed at a young age by the ruthless Yukitsu. There is no identification in that sentence, other than them being a student.
Would that have been translated from Japanese?
This
then?
is the Mal rewrite.
Oh.
What are you doing, Mal?
Someone doesn't
Okay.
like
Finally,
pronouns.
however, her fellow classmate
Hey.
Kukin Shuyu is tasked by Hakufu's mother to protect his cousin from this grim fate. I would like you to keep in mind, cousins. Japan, we have problems.
Look, the Sailor Moon issue was on us, not Japan.
I mean, look, yes,
They're cousins. Look how close they are.
yeah.
They're kissing cousins.
I kiss my cousin. To add to his burden, Yakufu is subject to sudden bursts of anger where she loses consciousness and unleashes a destructive power that threatens her own life. Together with
That's just called
Nanyo's...
alcoholism.
No, the first time was interesting.
Yeah, you don't see it until like halfway through episode 3. So something happens at
it
the
was-
end of episode 2.
Yeah, episode 2.
And then, so you know something's happened, but you don't know what it is. And then episode 3 gradually shows more and more flashbacks. And it's literally like she's gone like Unit 2 Evangelion Berserk mode.
Okay.
Yeah, full beast mode, yeah.
Yeah.
So, together with Nanyo, the schools, Big Four, which Hakufu and Shuyu will have to foil the plans of their main rival schools and uncover the true nature of Hakufu's power before it's too late. Okay.
Did that say with the help of?
No.
Oh, okay.
Foil the plans of their main rivals.
Okay, so why are high schools at war?
Because
they're the souls of the Chinese people from the Great Three Kingdoms
The
War.
entire high school is?
Every high school is. Every person in Japan is.
everyone in these 7 high schools, which makes no sense with the 3 kingdoms.
With the little Nagatama earrings?
Yes, they all have an earring, which apparently is connected to a soul of a person from the 3 kingdoms period.
Okay, what does the Three Kingdoms have to do with boobs?
Everything.
Boobs, Aussie! I have no idea. And I'm not entirely sure why.
I think only a few people in that whole Three Kingdoms conflict had boobs.
I mean, yeah,
That's what this is all about.
So this is the classic Chinese novel is the Romance of the Three Kingdoms,
Yeah.
and it says it is loosely based on the manga. That loosely is doing a lot of lifting here. Other than the names, I don't think there's anything else.
Sorry, I meant Magatama. That's what they're called.
Each of the 4 DVD volumes released in North America had a free pencil board.
It's the crest of friendship.
It's the 3 things Sasuke had in his eyes.
It's a thing.
Shinigami. I know it's not. I'm just being stupid. When there's goofs listed here as well.
Goofs?
Yeah. When
Goofs and gaffs?
Yeah.
It was all goofs.
Yeah. So when
main character
Gakushu
never
fainted
has-
when lost in battle, his head was on the left, and when Ryono came in, his head was on the right. So I don't know if they just kind of messed up how he was looking.
Okay.
I mean, look, there's a lot of that in anime. It's not an old
They're
thing.
animating with one hand.
Well, I mean, in Sakamoto Days, they had it recently with the Shin being tied down and Lu in the drunken fight.
Yeah.
Where he had his mouth covered at the end of the episode, and then the next episode, it wasn't covered.
Yeah.
Huh.
Which was really weird.
He ate it in mid episode.
Well, this is something else that's happened here. While Hakufu was fighting at Yoshu Private School, her school uniform was fine. The next shot, you'll see her school uniform was torn, and then a couple of shots later is when her uniform actually gets torn by the enemy. It appears the artist made a mistake and accidentally drew the uniform tearing sequence in the wrong order, or at least it was compiled in the wrong
He
order.
couldn't wait. He really wanted to get to the part where she's partially undressed.
Her clothes were glued to her body. You can't tell me they weren't.
Yeah.
Just the way they stuck to her.
Yeah, I mean, it's very classic. Like we're making ecchi content, but we're going to kind of like,
Soul Calibur 4.
yeah, like
Physics of a fighting.
we're going to ignore the physics so that we don't breach into the R-rated category. Well, into the X-rated category, I should say, because this is rated R for nudity. I don't know. Maybe later seasons get it. Maybe they kind of kept it a little tame for the first season to see what the appetite was, and then...
Or maybe it was just the sheer volume of panty shots. Someone just snapped and said, yeah, this is nudity. This is all just nudity.
I love this. When you look on the IMDb page, it's like, so you can contribute to this page. Can you give us the Spanish language outline for Ikki Tousen? I'm like,
See.
Ole. Booba.
El Pazzi.
There's also translation errors and all these other things. It's quite interesting.
Look, it wasn't high quality, so
No.
these things were just bound to
It's
happen.
really not.
They were animating with one hand, as I said.
Oh my goodness.
One hand behind their back.
Yeah, that is definitely what I mean, children
Yeah.
listening to this thing about booby anime.
Children who shouldn't be listening.
Yeah.
That is
see
what we
you.
mean,
So-
parents of the children who are listening with their children about booby anime.
The series revolves around an all-out turf war in the Kanto region. Everyone is referred to as fighters, and the translation does none of this.
Yeah, I love that. These people who fight are called fighters. They must fight the fighters.
Yeah.
They
So-
get into fights, you see.
And you can tell someone's a fighter because they've got the earring.
Yeah.
It's got fighter written on it.
I haven't watched enough of this to know if there are people who don't have the earring.
Well, they don't necessarily always wear it as an earring. Sometimes it's a necklace.
Well, yeah,
as long as
sorry.
they have it on
What's
them.
it called? A
magatama?
A magatama, which is like a little like gem. It's,
Occasionally, it is a suggestive piercing.
well, it reminds me of
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they did that at one stage.
It reminds me of like the Maori greenstone.
Yeah.
Like-
well, hers is, but like there's other ones. Like remember there was the purple one, and then the main guy has the white one, and we were like, haha, wouldn't it be funny if it was like
Rarity
item
levels.
rarity?
They determine your power level.
Yeah. Oh wow, there was a sequel manga called Shin Ikki Tousen that began serialization in 2015, and then they did a 3-episode animation, once again animated by ARMS, to air it. Yeah, I don't know, like guns.
Don't you usually use your arms to animate?
One of them.
I do not know.
Kenny.
I'm not going to let up on that joke.
Oh, please stop.
Because that's what this is all about.
Yeah, so there are a lot of OVAs and there's a lot of spin-off stuff. And
It's just
yeah.
style of the writing. It hit every single trope and every single bloody line that I remember reading on fanfiction.net back in the
Yeah,
day.
it was a checklist.
Yes.
It gets better. There was a PS2 game. It was a fighting game.
God.
That does not surprise me.
It's a original storyline with Hakufu, Ryomu, and Kanu as the main playable characters. It introduces a new character who's the Japanese counterpart of Daio-chan from the Three Kingdoms, and then there's a second video game for PSP, a hybrid fighting adventure. A third installment, the Extreme Executor, based on the third anime series called Ikki Tousen X Ross Impact. Yep. That was the PSP. Like, there's a lot of stuff that you could do,
the
so it could be played in the...
PSP is a device that you play sort of like traveling and on the
Oh,
move,
the
right?
PSP was wildly popular in Japan.
Huge.
But so people are playing the booby game on trains and stuff.
Yeah. And on the toilet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fun fact, Senran Kagura actually had guest DLC characters from Ikki Tousen.
Which Senran Kagura?
Estival Versus.
I've got that one.
The PS4 one?
Yeah.
Yeah. However, due to the temporary licensing issue, these characters did not appear in the Western version of the game until it was announced to be released along with the PC version of the game.
Oh.
So they should be available now.
On the
to-
PC version?
On the PlayStation game.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh. I'm not sure. We will have to check.
Okay.
Yeah. There is also a mobile game. It doesn't say if it's ended service, but that was to celebrate the 20th anniversary in 2020 because the manga started in 2000. So
It's
there
a
you go.
gacha game. You don't collect the characters, just their panties.
I was going to say they're booby bombs.
Oh, God. Anyway, I have a lot of thoughts on this. So all three of us, on booby bombs, yes.
Okay.
All three of us watched this last night.
Regretfully.
So
I watched it.
Painfully.
first things first, let's talk soundtrack.
Oh my goodness.
The soundtrack is weird.
Yeah, we had a big discussion about this last night.
It feels
Did you
like
listen closely to it?
Not really, no. I was mostly playing Elden Ring on the second screen.
Okay.
it feels like a cheap Final Fantasy knockoff.
Listen specifically to the soundtrack. It is so video gamey.
Yeah.
I gotta watch it again, then okay.
No, you can
Don't
buy
watch
it
it.
on vinyl.
Listen to it.
There is a release on CD and vinyl
Oh,
of
look.
the soundtrack. I don't know why.
Just turn down Elden Ring, turn up Ikki Tousen, and just listen to it.
During a fight scene, especially. Yeah. There are like
right.
a couple of clearly inspired riffs taken from other video games in it. There is definitely a part which is taken from Sonic.
Yep.
There was a part
Everybody Super Sonic Race.
No, we're talking like Mega Drive era.
Do. Okay.
Yeah, like that sort of thing. There's definitely a bit which sounded a little bit like it belonged in Mario. There were parts which sounded like they'd been taken straight from Final Fantasy themes.
A lot of those.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like not just knockoffs, like they actually copied it and just shifted it up an octave. So it's like it's not even derivative; it's the same thing for like one bar, and you're like, hang on. Sounds like it should it belongs on a PS2. Which, you know, considering when it first came
That's
out,
the
You
era.
probably would.
Fair enough.
yeah,
You'd walk in holding the controller, your mom's like, what are you doing? You're like, play a game.
I promise it's a game.
Listen, it sounds just like a game.
Yeah. Ha.
I do have to admit, some of the fights are so janky.
Oh, yeah.
Like they've used, it seems like there might have been like quick movement of the cells because this was back when it was still cell animated, where they've like spun the cell when someone gets thrown upside down instead of actually animating them getting thrown over them. There are some really long held frames, like the frame is like, what was it? They say in Zenshu, like typically if you're going for 24 frames a second, then you would need to do, I think it was 1 frame per 4 frames. So that ends up being six frames within it. And it feels like a frame has been held for the entire like second or two in some cases. You're like, you can't see who's talking on screen. And that's a fight. He's like, you're like,
oh yeah, that hesitation in that punch. Oh my god!
And it's like he wouldn't have been hesitating. He wasn't doing a wind
Were
up.
they just padding for time?
I think they might have been
Probably.
because this did get a TV release. It was a late night TV release.
Could you imagine?
Yeah,
sitting
right.
there in Japan, like I gotta get my Ikki Tousen in. Oh boy!
I mean, that was the same with us for SBS and their late night cult classics on Mondays.
True.
Like it was the same sort of stuff. So,
God, I miss proper SBS.
now they are trying to have a really big over the top story about the ancient warriors from China reincarnating
High school fights.
you know,
Can you
sacred
imagine
jewelry
if
and
you're like-
emblems.
Can you imagine if your high school was just like, you need to fight this other high school?
Yeah, you'd never see any teachers.
It just comes off as really weird.
They ate all the teachers.
They beat up all the teachers.
They were the first victims of the high school wars.
It's also kind of a bit like that whole thing is like, do our parents even know we're here? The old Yu-Gi-Oh thing. It's like, do they even care what we're doing in class?
Okay,
No.
you meet the mother though, and she's
the aunt.
No,
Mother
no.
of the girl,
yeah,
aunt of the boy.
And she's like, well, I'm not your mother, so what's up?
And it feel like, is it adopted family? Maybe like that's the
No,
aunt
because
in...
she calls them cousins, remember?
Yeah. But you know what I mean, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's a
You're
lot
being
of...
very hopeful here, Kyle.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just hoping that the aunt isn't blood related.
I think she is. I think she is.
Japan,
Actually,
we
yeah,
gotta
with-
talk.
With the hair color, it would make sense because their hair colors match.
Yeah.
And then the daughter's hair color's brown, which means the dad must have brown hair.
Yeah.
So
You're putting a lot of thought into this, more so than the people who probably made it.
you're
Yeah.
right. 100% right. They just went with.
I do love
like
that the
hair
dad
color.
like just pieced out to the mountains. He's like, "Yeah, have fun, bye."
Yeah. Like,
And then like the
I don't
aunt
want to
comes
get killed. I'm a teacher. I'm avoiding the high school wars.
the wars
I'm
they're
leaving.
coming. Your father was killed in the war. Which war? The high school war. Like, oh my god.
The
Like,
aunt's
imag-
just like so desperate for love. She's like, "Is it the convenience store? Is it this guy? Is it that guy? I don't know that name. Oh well, try again."
Yeah. But the problem is that it just kind of comes off like a bit too weird. Like they try to front load the information to you, and it doesn't work. Like you go from a fight where a character is having their clothes ripped to shreds to a guy looming in a staircase going, yes, if the girls from this, if the people from this school and this kingdom do this, that, and the other, we'll have to enact our
Yes,
plan.
it's all
for
very
this."
Game of Thrones.
It's like,
Political
Bruh.
intrigue.
bro, you guys have mentioned like 5 schools in like the first 2 episodes, and you need to stop and let us know who the current school you're fighting is. That's all we need to know.
Color code them. Give
Yeah.
them specific uniforms and stuff.
Yeah. It's like that. You'll always see them wearing red and them wearing yellow, and like give us something to work.
They are the
from.
Lannister kingdoms.
Yeah,
We
right.
got
Like-
the Bloods and the Crips.
Da, 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 da. Oh, Jesus. You took that to a different.
and then the family who are in green, GTA style.
Grove Street for life.
Yeah.
You know you can go there in Cyberpunk.
I thought that was the 64th Street.
Yeah, but it's Grove Street.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, okay. I know you can do it in GTA. And if you shoot a gun there, everyone just comes out and starts shooting you, even if you've not shot anyone. So yeah, GTA 5's wild, especially after like 15 years.
Tangent.
Yeah. Either way,
GTA 6 when?
yeah, I know, right? It's been like a year and a half since that trailer now. Like,
Since the leak.
yeah.
We've got what is it, like the anime GTA before GTA 6?
I know, right?
I'm gonna get a coffin before GTA 6.
I'm pretty sure someone said like there was like something really hilarious about like something with Elder Scrolls. Like Elder Scrolls Online has gotten up to Skyrim before Elder Scrolls 6 comes out.
Yeah, we got that teaser, what was it, 7-8 years ago now?
Yeah. It's like,
Christ.
what are you doing?
Luffy's going to find the
What are
One
you
Piece
doing?
before we get GTA 6.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, or Elder Scrolls 6.
Or
like,
maybe
yeah.
Attack on Titan will actually have an ending before we get...
Oh, it comes out this season. The final film of the final
we sure?
part.
Yeah.
No,
Are we
we're not.
And
We're
that is
not.
totally the final.
I'm
isn't it?
expecting an OVA.
You
After
remember
the
when they
events.
said it was the final season and we're like, oh, better watch it. And then we watched
Well,
it and then it wasn't.
I remember we were saying it's the final season. I'm going, but you can't fit that in this area. Mm-hmm. No.
And then now we've got the final movie and we're just all like, yeah.
No, you've done this before.
Well, this is the thing as well. Like everyone online who's defending it and saying, "Oh, it's the final season because they thought this would be the final season that'd get animated because Mappa was taking over." It's like Mappa knew how big of a juggernaut Attack on Titan was.
That would be the most ridiculous decision to drop that. That's-
They knew what they were doing. They did this on purpose. This was a marketing move.
Yeah,
This
remember,
was
we're not talking about a Western gaming corporation here. The people are smart in Japan.
yeah.
I mean, you've met Sony.
Yeah, you know,
We did?
they're Western coded.
When did we meet Sony?
This one time when I was reincarnated in Japan, I met Sony. They were an awful person.
Was it a Walkman?
No, it was a disc man.
Time travel plot.
I mean, well, the funny thing is that Sony did make a anime which was time travel and dimensional travel related all around the Walkman. And that was, we reviewed that a few years ago. It was about like the girls who met themselves in parallel worlds by using the music at a
yeah.
specific time at a tree and all that.
Yeah, that was cute.
It was really good. Sony didn't direct that.
I thought you were going to say it was like the freestyler music video where he hits rewind right at the end and he undoes it all. Man, that was
That
revolutionary. That was
Yeah.
such a banger.
It was. But look, if you want to watch Ikki Tousen,
Good for you.
see our previous advice on Tengo Tenge.
Are you sure?
It's a product of its time. You're basically watching it for anthropology more than
Well,
spank material.
Seeing how far we've come.
depending on where you are in the world, it is available on Crunchyroll. However, I can only see 2 episodes on here. It appears to be the Ikki Tousen Extravaganza Epoch, which I don't know what that means.
Why?
What the hell is that?
I don't.
Did they finally
know.
win and destroy the high schools?
I don't know.
Did
There's 2
Thanos just-
episodes. They've just got the OVAs. They only have the OVAs. They only have 5 of them. The Extravaganza Epoch, which is part 1 and part 2, and then Western Wolves, which was the final 3-parter done in
Is
2022.
there a rights issue? Is someone clinging to the rights to this stuff? Like it's
Who wants to watch this?
I mean,
You did until we started.
I love how it's like you might
I
like.
watched this because you asked me to.
Yeah. Well, look, I've done all your other ones. And this was one that's been sitting in the catalog where it's like, this is weird.
All right, we got to find something Carl hasn't watched and make him watch that now.
Well, I've now got a list because thankfully Crunchyroll knows what shows are like Ikki Tousen, such as the 7 Mortal Sins, the Senran Kagura, Manu Scroll, which is not very well rated. But there is High School DxD. I think it was 4. Oh, no, that's 4.2 out of 5. Okay.
As it on my anime list or?
No, on Crunchyroll.
Oh, okay, good.
7 Mortal Sins is only
Something
rated
that low on my anime
3.2.
list is
7 mortal... Is it... No, 7 heavenly virtues, isn't it?
7 mortal sins. Because she committed the sin of pride against God, the great angel Lucifer was cast into hell and became a fallen angel. Also, at the lowest level of hell, the hierarchy of demons have sealed away Lucifer's power. I think it's... Yeah. Then there's Manu Scroll, which is to do with, like... I cannot believe this synopsis.
What?
I do apologize. I'm going to use some naughty words. So this is Manu Scroll, is in like manuscript. Mm-hmm. In the Taihejimi era, which doesn't exist, the Tokugawa shogunate values breasts highly, equating them with wealth and status. The Manyu clan, government allies, know secret techniques for breast enhancement.
Okay.
Detailed in the scroll of Manyu.
Is it implants?
Possibly. As you can imagine, they are well-endowed characters. There's Senran Kagura's spin-off. There's High School DxD, Harem in the Labyrinth of Another World,
High School DxD
Maria
is
the
such
Virgin
filth.
Witch, Tales of the Wedding Rings, which you shouldn't watch because it's just bad. Not as in like raunchy, it's just really badly animated. How Not to Summon a Demon Lord. And then it just keeps going. There's a lot of raunch on here, and I didn't realize it.
This is how they do it in Manu.
Is that Jello?
Yeah, that's Bob from Monsters vs. Aliens.
Did you never watch that one?
I haven't actually.
And
no.
he's a living slime. And so people compare him to jelly a lot. So, like, he gets a plate of jelly, he's like, oh.
Just look like me. No.
That movie was amazing when I was stoned.
I mean, I enjoy it. I watched it just before Kale was born. That's when it came out. Oh,
Wow.
wow.
That's
Yeah.
a long time ago.
Yeah.
Well,
Kale even had a little Bob plushie.
oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cute. Ikki Tousen is apparently on Apple TV. I don't
What?
know how much. Oh no. Season 1 and 2 only on Apple TV. Doesn't say it's 3. I don't.
No, I meant free, like no price.
I don't. No. I don't know if it's free.
Okay.
There's a couple of other things on here that I wouldn't expect. I wonder where season 3 and 4 ended up then, or unless they've been labeled something else.
Maybe.
But
Battle
either way,
Vixens?
pardon?
Battle Vixens.
Possibly, yeah. Either way, if you want to watch
Ikki
it,
Tousen, the implants strike back.
find it wherever you can.
Yo.
Because if you watch it on Crunchyroll, it's not going to make any sense.
Yeah.
Because you haven't seen the 4 seasons before it.
I mean, is it going to make sense?
No, it's not. It's not. I'm sorry for being so polite about this anime. It's awful.
This is bloody terrible, man. Like, it is
Yeah.
fun to watch, but my God, have a drink beforehand.
Yeah,
It's
like,
not good.
Switch off.
Like,
Just don't engage your brain. Just be like, haha,
I mean, look,
boobies.
here's the thing. Like, it's not a good anime. It's
No.
not a good ecchi show either.
No.
And it's not a good chicken formal wear.
No.
So I don't know who it's for.
No one.
Yeah.
It's for teenagers who didn't really have much else going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where I was back then.
Like, I don't know who would watch this in this day and age, but
The very, very morbidly curious.
it's over 20 years old, so it qualifies as a retro classic.
It can drink.
It can drink.
I could drink.
Here, actually, it's over 20 years old. It can drink in Japan and America.
Kampai!
Hey! And on that bombshell,
Kawaii-Fi.
Tonight on Anime Communique.
Great story, compelling and rich.
Nothing brings ratings up like a little controversy.
And on that bombshell.
okay, I guess I'm leaving that in there. As always, there's plenty going on in the world of anime news the past fortnight. We are, of course, starting with controversy. Take a guess who?
Costco's doing deliveries.
That's not the controversy. That's amazing news.
It's a #1 battle royale. Oh, victory royale. Yeah, Fortnite, we're about to get down. Get down.
Fortnite?
No, of course, it's not Fortnite. It's who's always in controversy in the world of anime. Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll's
has
on
confirmed-
Oh, you said this last fortnight.
Oh.
Hatsune Miku and Godzilla.
Can you actually get Godzilla at the moment?
Yeah.
Oh, I should play them. I will play for the Godzilla skin. Nothing else.
You can make him wear Nikes and hit the gritty.
So Crunchyroll is in trouble again, confirming some login credentials were posted on social media after...
That's right.
They state there is no evidence its systems were compromised and that has resolved the issue and secured the affected accounts.
So nothing was compromised. They did this
Who got
intentionally.
the... How did someone get those credentials, which were... What's the call? Encrypted? Yeah. And put them on social media, huh?
So yeah, if it's not that it was compromised, they did that intentionally. Then.
Yeah, this was a purposeful leak, right? Yeah. So a
This was
Crunchyroll
part of an advertising campaign.
A Crunchyroll spokesperson has released a statement to Anime News Network on Friday, I think that's 25th of January, around that time, that rumors spread on social media on Thursday that many usernames and passwords of Crunchyroll's premium subscribers were allegedly posted on social media. The statement reads, "We are aware that login credentials for several streaming services, including Crunchyroll, were posted on social media and have resolved the issue. We have secured the affected accounts, investigated the situation, and determined there is no evidence that Crunchyroll systems have been compromised. Crunchyroll encourages subscribers to diversify and change passwords regularly and keep them confidential. For any questions, visit their help page." Yeah. So in a now deleted post on X/Twitter from user The Real Wilson, allegedly the featured a list of usernames and passwords from Crunchyroll Premium account, and some of these several accounts on Twitter stated they saw their usernames and password on the list, although ANN could not confirm this information. That account has since been suspended, and that's all we know so far. So watch this space. But look, yes, people use the same password for multiple sites, but to specifically list that those were the login usernames and passwords for Crunchyroll suggests that there is a data breach. And I don't know if that's because someone had access to, shall we say, a OnePass certificate group or something like that, or something else. Who knows? But the fact that they managed to line them up and have them correct says there's a problem. So
What's going on, bud?
burying their head in the sands, Crunchyroll... or more specifically, its ownership, Sony, cannot handle all the dramas that's coming its way.
Yes, because they know if they admit fault, then they are legally vulnerable.
Yeah.
If they deny, they're safe.
Yep. It is very, very frustrating.
It's routine.
Yeah. So let's move on to alternative controversies, which are better controversies, like alternative facts. They don't exist.
You mean alternative medicine?
Also does not exist, because if it was medicine, it would be called medicine.
Bingo.
This is actually more interesting industry news than anything else. So Anime Studios, Production IG, and Signal MD are going to merge, with the Signal MD brand being dissolved. Now, we discussed this previously when we were doing research around Signal MD and Production IG. They are both underneath IG Port, the holding company that originally set up Production IG, and then a group from Signal MD broke off from Production IG to set up their own studio.
But then
underneath.
they started working with each other on so bloody many projects.
Correct. The merger is apparently part of a cost-cutting measure. It's going to take effect on June the 1st this year. That's 2025 for those playing at home. How did we get here? That's the start of the new fiscal year for the companies there, same as here in Australia. Both studios are subsidiaries of IG Port, and the merger between them will mean no transfer of stock, money, or other assets. The reason for the merger is to effectively use the management resources of both companies to improve their profitability. What this means is they have too many managers. So let's cut that down.
Too many cooks.
Too many cooks.
No, that's a great thing, though.
Yeah. So there will be no changes to Production IG's name, address, business activities, or representatives. They have not mentioned what will happen to Signal MD's management or employees at this point in time.
Keep the employees, ditch the management.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for.
Look, I've spent too much time looking at Hasbro news. Just kill the management and keep the employees.
I love Hasbro. Transformers, Beyblades.
All the other IPs that they're just not doing anything with.
I Hasbro. Do you Hasbro?
I do not have a Hasbro.
I'm your bro.
Now
you Hasbro.
I Hasbro.
Now, it is also worth noting that IG Port is the parent company of Production IG, Signal MD, Wit Studios, and Mag Garden. Wit Studios and Mag Garden also came out of Production IG. So we know these studios, they're good. And Signal MD has done some good stuff. They've also done some not so great stuff. Recovery of an MNO Junkie was one of the ones we were big fans of. Fire Hunter, which just had its second season. Atom the Beginning, which was the...
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Astro Boy prequel.
Yes.
Dragon Goes House Hunting. Fate Grand Order, the movie Divine Realm of the Round Table Camelot. Wandering Agatarem. That's such a dumb name.
Keep going. There's part one and part two.
Is that such a dumb name part of the title?
Yes, it is
Yes.
now. They did Words Bubble Up Like Soda Pop, the movie.
Is
Oh,
this
that was
also
cute.
part of Fate's title?
Yes.
This entire episode is just a Fate title.
So they've also produced an ongoing series, which is Shinkalian Change the World, which is an ongoing title. Yeah. So, look,
Is Shinkalian the Evangelion train one?
I don't know. I am going to press the button and find out. Where
Or is it the Lion train one?
I feel it might be the Lion Train.
Or is that the Lion Evangelion one?
Once upon a time, a mysterious enemy unknown suddenly appeared. I don't know. There's 39 episodes. It is definitely not the ones we are thinking of. Anyway, there's more mergers coming up as well. Bookwalker, Dwango, yes, Dwango, Katakawa Connected are all going to merge, with Dwango becoming the surviving company of the group. Bookwalker is an ebook store, and that's going to continue service with no changes. They provide light novels for digital readers.
No, yeah, I know about Bookwalker.
Yeah.
They're great.
So basically, it sounds like they're all going to merge. Dwango is going to become the surviving company brand that'll sit overhead, and Bookwalker Co. Limited and Katakawa Connected are being dissolved and brought into it.
It's a Voltron.
It is a Voltron of trains. I love it. Dwango stated the aim of merging these digital businesses in the Katakawa group, because they're all underneath Katakawa, is to optimally allocate the development resources and optimize operations to grow and expand the overall business. Basically, this just kind of sounds like they're taking 3 different groups which all do a lot of similar stuff, combining their resources and cherry picking the best bits out of the 3. I'm okay with that.
Makes sense.
They're doing a Voltron.
Yeah. So they have advised that there is going to be no changes to the Bookwalker global store and its operations as a result of the merger. So those services are going to continue along with their existing publishing agreements. So that's good to see. Right.
Could mean good news.
Left.
Great news. Look back, Furiren have won the TAAF's double top awards. The Tokyo Anime Festival, TAAF, has announced the winners of its Animation of the Year awards for works and individuals on Friday. Furiren won the TV category. Look Back won the film category.
Oh, good.
There are more to it, though, as well. There are more interesting ones. Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0 Thrice Upon a Time won the Animator category.
Is that a fake title?
No, that's legit. That was the
It was going to be a different title originally, and then I don't know what anno.
That was the last one, wasn't it? Yeah.
So Evangelion 4 film.
Because before that was 3.33.
Final draft.
Yeah.
Well, it was 3.01, and then the DVD release, Blu-ray release is 3.33. Like, it's always the recurring number, and the reason for that is because it's an extended cut. So yeah, I know it's really weird. I don't understand it.
You're actually together.
Yeah. The birth of Kitaro, the mystery of Gegege, along with the Dragon Dentist, were in the animation category. These were all for animator Toko Yatabe. So there you go. The
Good job, bud.
Director category, Kiyotaka Oshiyama, the director of Look Back and Flip Flappers, won that.
Okay.
Well, sorry. I'm not sure if they're the director. Wasn't Look Back meant to be like their... I'm not sure. Either way, they've won stuff there.
Good on them.
There's a lot of interesting people listed on this. The sound performance category was won by Evan Call, who did Violet Evergarden, My Happy Marriage, and Furiren's soundtrack. So that makes sense.
That's good.
Yeah. So
Violet Evergarden soundtrack was great, and everything in Furiren is awesome.
they've also announced a heap of lifetime achievements as well. A lot of the people in this list did Ghost in the Shell and Lupin.
Of course.
Like the original films, and Cowboy Bebop the film, and Jinro the Wolf Brigade. We should do a episode on that. It's got to be an adult one, but it's yeah.
I mean, you'll take any opportunity to talk about Cowboy B-Boy.
I was talking about Wolf Brigade. I wasn't talking about that. Okay, there are more new manga coming from existing mangaka who we haven't seen anything from for a while. So Dr. Stone's Boichi, because they haven't released a new manga recently. World End's Harem Kotaru Shono, and several others are releasing brand new manga that are going to be debuting exclusively on the Shonen Jump Plus service in February. That is their online service only.
Anything that's...
Dr. Stone's creator is creating a manga called The Martial King, a new modern Western. So that's going to debut February 7. We're not too sure on some of the others. We do know that the artist from Subete Wasarete Shimaokara is collaborating on a new manga, but we don't know what it is. World End's Harem guy is creating a series called The Eunuch of the Ruined Country. Of
Doubling
course.
down on what he knows.
Yeah. There's quite a few. This list keeps going. Not a lot of them are well-known people in this manga list, but they all are people who have previously completed other series. So it's pretty cool. Oshinoko has announced its third season will premiere in 2026. Which is good to know.
It's a bit of a wait, but okay.
It is, but the second season only just finished, and I believe there is a promo film coming out as well.
Fair enough.
I suspect it's going to be a recap film, but you know.
That's how they make their money.
It is. Zombieland Saga has announced that they have got a film in the works, and that is going to release in 2025, known as Zombieland Saga Dream Galactic Paradise.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
yeah, it's a good question. So that's a thing. And we've got a couple of more interesting ones. The second That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime film is going to debut in February 2026.
Jeez, that's a while off.
Yep, it's just the initial announcement. It is that The Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, the movie, Tears of the Blue Sea Arc. There is apparently a very brief trailer, and it features Rimuru underwater. That's it. They've also confirmed a fourth season is in the works as well, which makes sense. Third season just finished, so hopefully that'll be out beforehand.
Isn't the manga coming to a close as well?
Well, that's
It'd
the thing.
be the light novels because the manga comes out after the anime.
Yeah. So it was light novels first, manga adaptation secondary. Anime got so big that it has caught up and went past the manga adaptation, so it's now relying purely on the source material of the light novels, which is usually the way it works anyway. Like Konosuba, the manga for Konosuba is so far behind. Like, I don't think it's even finished season 2 yet, and we've had season 3 and a movie.
Wait, really?
And those are they are canon events, the film. Like, that's a whole arc in the book. Undead Unluck has come to an end. That is, I can't believe how quickly that has gone through. Like, it feels like only last year we were talking about it, opening. So it won the Manga Taisho Awards. No, it was listed in This Manga Was Amazing in 2021, and it won the Up and Coming Manga Award in 2020. So this is, 27 volumes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but sometimes a short story is a good story.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you don't need it to be dragging on and become its own cinematic universe.
But this is
you can
the
just
thing.
have a self-contained...
This is the thing. This isn't short. That's 27 volumes.
Yeah,
that's big.
Yes, that is big.
That's Love is War size. Mm-hmm. So it's been running for 5 years, which is great. So apparently the final volume will add new story content. We're seeing this a lot more. That happened with My Hero Academia and is also happening with Jujutsu Kaisen. And Shinichiro Watanabe's Lazarus is being animated at MAPPA, and it is releasing in April.
Yes.
So this is,
finally.
If you don't know who Shinichiro Watanabe is, Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo, Space Dandy. If you don't know who MAPPA is, Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, Attack on Titan. The final season.
If you don't know what Lazarus is, go and check out the trailer for it.
It's a pool that brings you back to life. I saw it in Batman.
Okay.
Out. That's not even a door, but out.
There's the Chad Stahelski, who is the John Wick stuntman and director, is designing the action sequences for this. It is a sci-fi action film.
Neat.
Series. So this is going to be good. I'm really excited for this. Anime will feature a score by jazz saxophonist Kasami Washington and producers, DJs, and musicians Floating Points and Bonobo. So this is kind of like, I'm pretty hyped for this.
This is one of those big projects.
I'm hoping it does well because Carol and Tuesday did not do very well. But
It was nice.
It was nice, but it just wasn't as good as this.
Didn't hold my attention.
But yeah. And that's it for the news. We do have, shall we say, some more adult-oriented news to do with a lawsuit and some copyright stuff that is relating to a string of numbers. I think is the easiest way.
A series of 6 numbers.
And if you know what we're talking about, you know exactly what that means. That's in the pre-show. Go check it out. But that means it's time to wrap up.
Kawaii-Fi Radio.
I swear you've done that like for the last 3 episodes at least.
I think he's been doing it for years.
I think I've been doing it since we started.
Yeah. Look, it's kind of a bop. I'm really glad I found this track.
It's good.
So that is where we're going to leave things for this episode. You know, us going, we did so well. We're the best.
You did so well.
I did the best.
We all
You
just
did so well.
I am so humble.
We just tag along for the ride. Kyle's the one who pulls all the heavy weight.
No.
But as a sacrifice, we have to watch terrible ecchi animation.
Yeah, true.
Look, I've been pretty good to you over the years. I think this is the first time I've made you watch something that made you both go, oh.
I think there are a lot more noises involved than that.
Yeah.
There's a few animes we've seen which have made us pull that face.
Yeah, so things that make you go, ooh.
Things that make you go, I think I need another.
Yeah.
Things that make you go,
So now, a bit of notice. This episode has been recorded in advance. If there are any other breaking news in between, I'm sorry, but I will literally be in Japan the next time we were meant to record, so we've done it 5 days ahead. Next time is a Kawaii-Fi Extra. It is a short episode, and it is all about Lord of the Rings.
oh yeah, that was
Yeah, so it's going to be it'll be a short episode. We'll get together, we'll watch the film, we'll jot down our thoughts, and that'll go out while I'm also in Japan. So if you have enjoyed what you've heard and we'd love for you to stick around, hit those subscribe buttons, join us for future episodes behind that big red shiny button this week.
There.
Green tea with nothing in it.
Yeah, it's a bottle of green tea. There is only one there. The first person to subscribe gets that lovely bottle of green tea. I can't guarantee it will be shipped to you, though.
It has froth in the bottom of it.
God.
Yeah, you don't want to know what that froth is.
Okay. Now, if you are listening to us over on YouTube, or I should say watching us, hit that like button and,
Subscribe button down here.
Yeah. Put what you thought of Ikki Tousen in the comments
If
section.
you saw it, don't go watch it after this,
I'm
please.
not going to fight with you in the comments about this one.
Look, I hope you have a good Valentine's Day. Get yourself some chocolate, regardless of what your relationship status is. We love you, and we respect you.
We're your Valentines.
Oh, God.
We are the bottom of the barrel.
I can't buy that many chocolates, Kenny.
No, they buy them for us.
Yeah, we give back next month. White Day.
Okay, well, I mean, whoever wants to ship us chocolates.
That's P.O. Box 6960. No. Look, let us know your thoughts, and if you have something you think we should be checking out, let us know. Obviously, as always, we try and avoid moving over to the stuff that you cannot view on standard streaming platforms. So, please keep that into consideration. As always, big thank you to our Patreon members. If you would like to support the channel, get access to extra content, including, the pre-show, which is a whole other podcast of its own account. Outtakes, video extras, which there are some from the last, what's it called? Anime Awards.
Yes.
Yeah, there's some good ones from that, actually. Follow the link in the episode description. Starts from $8 a month.
What got taken out of the Anime Awards?
It didn't get taken out. It's the stuff that we did between the breaks.
We had breaks.
We did. Not breaks, like us actually stopping, but like where the music's playing and we're still talking in the background.
We're talking smack.
Join the Kawaii-Fi
You've
community.
been posting those?
Some of them.
Oh no. I thought you edited those out.
Not the bad ones. I do not post those ones.
Okay, but what have you posted?
There is a level of censorship, and we stay at that.
Okay.
We stay family friendly for the most part.
I've said some naughty things.
You're a naughty boy.
If you'd like to join the Kawaii-Fi community, links down there as well for socials. As previously mentioned, no longer on X Twitter. That's it. We're going to leave it there. I'm tired. It's late at night. I want hot dogs.
Hell yeah.
Costco. Hot dogs time.
Yes.
So you've been listening to Kawaii-Fi Radio. Thank you for joining us. And until next time,
Watch some anime!